Hey, how's it going? Hey everybody, yeah, I just want to give you a couple seconds to enjoy that new introduction, at least for the moment, for that episode. But yeah, this is Sergio Dominguez with Season 14, excuse me. Yeah, we're getting close. Season 14 commentary of The Sergio Show. So yeah, that was just one of the introductions, excuse me, for an episode of Season 14. So, this episode was supposed to start off, with a story arc Evil Sergio episode. Now, I do remember this episode. Originally, there was a script to this. Originally, it would be Evil Sergio and the military guy interacting with each other. And when I wrote the script, the lines were so corny and so bad. And it was just taunt. I don't even think there was even proper taunting of these characters, to each other. But, no. Ultimately, when I wrote the script, I didn't like it, but I needed, the story of it to work. But I also just didn't want to record lines, especially when the lines weren't well written. But the story made sense and it worked. So I realized, this can be done visually, just visuals, just through visual animation, and I can still get some things out of the characters, and I don't have to record anything, mouth animation, anything. So this episode was kind of quick to make, but a lot of great moments. I think this episode was well done. I love this shot. Let me just talk about this quick camera shot because I wanted a POV of Evil Sergio going after the evil military guy. Not the evil military guy, but military guy. Excuse me. He's being evil to him, but military guy had to handle Evil Sergio somehow. But he was just torturing him. He got mad, and that always happens. He has like a boost of power or has an advantage when he gets super mad. You've seen it a couple times. I don't really have all the list of Evil Sergio's powers. I like that shot, the zoom in, and the little smile, and the eyes lower a little bit. Apparently he has to deal with electricity. So, yeah, I just made up the powers as I went along, but I try to bring back some of them. But yeah, Evil Sergio's mad, and he's going to find a way to escape. Get out of here! So, I love this scene. Well, this episode is a scene for the Evil Sergio story arc. But yeah, this is actually a good episode. I actually like this. It's probably too quick and too much to the point, really. As an episode, yeah, it's like that, but I like the episode and it does serve its purpose. And it's still an entertaining scene. I do like that it was just through shots and visuals. I don't wanted a good shot of him like jumping with a POV. Because I know what he's going to do next, and we're going to find out later in the season, this season, what he's going to do next, how he's going to deal with it.
Hey, Evil Sergio.
But in the last second, I do want to have a joke or something meta, and I needed to at least add a little bit more time to the runtime. Not 10 minutes, but a little bit more. So I did quickly make up a line, improvise the line as Evil Sergio. Like, who cares? But no, yeah, this is a good episode. Simple episode, but still fun to watch. I do love the visuals and the simple visuals. And a little bit of character animation and even some camera shots.
Saying, just go piss off. I'm gonna go continue the canon of this series.
Yeah. Good enough episode. Very good enough episode. We start off season 14 decently. Not bad. Not bad. I think this season is decent. It's pretty good. I'm trying to look at it. Yeah, Desk 1 is decent. I love the reverse episode. Tide Surgery 3 is good. Grandma 4 is okay. UVM Escapes, that one's good.
Sergio Studios.
One special, not bad. Yeah, I think that's also a new one that didn't make it to the previous season, so I pushed it to here. Oh, 138 is a good episode. I love that one. Christmas one was good enough. And let's see. Yeah, 140 was okay. So this, honestly, season 14, decent season. With one or two really fun episodes. So yeah, season 14 actually is a decent season ultimately.
Oh, hey everybody, how's it going?
Oh yeah, that's relatable. This is a nice, it's a simple episode, maybe forgettable, because it is just an episode of him getting ready for a desk. But I like desks. The most painful thing about desks is setting them up. You got a big instruction booklet. You got to figure out yourself. It's like a puzzle. Sometimes you need two people. You know, I had to recently set up a desk in my lifetime a couple of times. But once it's done, it's beautiful and worth it. That's usually the case. With the desk. Yeah, that's supposed to be obviously a code for saying this is the Sergio Show desk number 3. First one was just rectangles. Second one was nice and round. You know, has a nice like wonky oval shape. I love that design of the desk. It is the original. Well, not the original. Original was just rectangles. I know. I was also improvising the episode, so I was like, I don't know what. You know, I'm stressed out about this season, but the flip was cute. But yeah, the rectangle episode, not episode, but desk. Yeah, it's been a long thing going through the series and commentary, but it's still fun, and I'm just handling it, going through it. But so yeah, rectangular desk okay. The 2010 second version of the desk was very nice. But it's about time I let it go, and I want a better desk, and I want a better desk that can fit the frame properly when you get to, you know, the typical shot of every episode of the show. You know, I want it to be flat, but still know that the desk is there, so. I don't know if I ever drew the desk, the new desk, or if I redesigned it. I think maybe I did make some rough drawings of it before it became official desk number 3. Oh, I love that. I always like when he goes, ooh, and, ooh, 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 oh. And even when the animation's simple, I do these funny poses. I gotta do that, at least. Take advantage of doing funny poses, even if he's just talking and stuff. But I always like when his face is like, oh. That actually was some good arm movement animation. That was me just trying to milk some time, not too much. Honestly, I did pad a teeny bit, but not a lot. I did not 10 minutes. But I like the joke that was just teasing. Yep, montages, baby. Not much, but this is for real when it comes to doing this. Wait, I don't? I think that's why, because yeah, it is actually hard, so I just worked that in, the excuse, and just have one joke. Yeah, this was me really trying to add jokes to a concept that's actually really boring and bland, but I wanted the episode to happen. That's a nice desk. It is really nice. Very sweet desk.
Sergio Show themed talk show host desk really is so beautiful that it's also gonna make me miss this old desk that I had for like what 7 years. Wow. I do want to take the time to honor that Sergio Show desk that I had from 2010 to 2017.
Oh, why didn't I use that for one episode later on? But no, it's nice, like, by desk. Oh, wait, did I bring that up in the later on episode of the series? Oh, well, I guess. Yeah, I think I animated me eating a sandwich. Of course. Yeah, it's still trying to add jokes. It was good enough.
Yep. Good times.
Yeah, you can hear air conditioning in the recording. Later on, I think I fixed that because I was like, why do these recordings have like air conditioning and background noise? Is there any way to fix it? Later on, I think maybe next season I figure it out. Maybe I'm trying to remember. I think yeah, I did that. That's how it happened.
One was just blocks, and the other one was the thing I just previously mentioned. I know you'll do a great job being a
Look at him just passionately talking to the desk.
Oh, he's shy. Let's say it softly. He's gonna whisper it to me.
Yeah, I did improvise this.
So,
Yeah.
you are ready? Yeah. Thank you, desk. You'll do a decent job. I know it.
Will he?
Anyway, that's all for this episode.
Well, the desk, and the desk is a boy. I'm sorry to tell you that.
But it's been a while. Look at the runtime. I'm doing these episodes shorter, and I think it's best for this desk to start off fresh with a fresh, brand new episode coming up next time. So at this moment, that's all for this episode of the Sergio Show. Thank you, and once again, sorry that this episode is like this. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'm Sergio Dominguez saying, have an animated day.
Yep, there you go. This episode was meh. It was such a meh episode. I tried to get most out of the simple concept. And I think I did. Let me know if you like that. Yeah. But the next episode's actually good. Well, at least good for me. I really enjoyed making the next episode. Coming up.
Sergio Studios.
Alright. Episode 133. I love this one. I love this. And oh my god, I can't explain it like this in real time. Alright, let me just tell you how this episode happened. I was on this this internet channel, and it's pretty much somebody else's internet channel, video channel, but they reversed it. That's it. The same video but backwards, and I could not stop watching it. It was so much fun to watch it done backwards. And I realized the editing software that I had, it can also do reverse. And I was like, oh, I can do reverse. That means I can do a reversal episode of the show. I was so inspired just seeing the same video but backwards. It gave me some creative ideas. I was very happy, and I wanted to make a fun-to-make episode, but that was simple and fun. So that's how this episode came out. Just watching another channel and being like, I want to do an episode of something like that. So I was very inspired and excited for this episode. So I made it like late March. This might have taken me a week or less. I even improvised this. Yes, I really did. I think I did improvise this. Yep. I love the line where I go, no, 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 bad baby. I love that line so much, and I wanted to just be a close-up animation of my mouth in hand-drawn animation. That took like less than a day, but I was like, yes, I got to do that. And I like how I'm adding more drawings into this series. Like you see the regular Sergio drawings, like reverse, and I make another sequel later on. Maybe I'll make one more. We'll see. But, I think people like the episode. There's some moments, but it is funny. What I'm trying to say is, yeah, the story is Sergio just wants to do an episode in reverse, and he does. He has moments where he does things in reverse, but that upsets this reversal lord, and he can speak forward because everything is run backwards. And if you play this episode backwards, his forwards is backwards, and if that's confusing, good. But that's how it works. Because if the Lord of Reverse, because it makes sense that the Lord of Reverse can speak backwards, and can only speak backwards. So how can you really understand him? By playing what he's saying backwards. So the backwards dialogue can be forward. But if it's in a scene where people are talking forward, then it has to be backwards. So actually, yeah. I upload another version of this, which is just, the other way around of the speed. But I like how he appeared in like this little hole. And I like how the episode sounds too, because I made the whole episode forward. Yeah, I made the whole episode forward regularly. And then I went and like exported a couple times, but doing in reverse. I love the animation on the burp. That hand-drawn little animation of the head burp. Drawn on paper, scanned in, cleaned up a little bit. So that's why it looks like frantic and cartoony. So that one was good. Oh, the chicken. When I was improvising, I wanted to... when I improvised this episode, no script. So while I was improvising, I made chicken noises like bok 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 because I just felt like, oh, it should be wacky. Yeah, chicken. Me going bok bok. So what if Sergio pokes a chicken? Yeah, that's right. When you think of Sergio, you think poking that chicken, and everybody likes to poke their chickens. Give them good poke. So I did love that joke, and I do like how I'm making a monologue about the importance of reversal backwards. Oh, very nice episode. Also, I gotta put this as one of my favorites. This is one of my favorites because also this kind of like creativity, fun is so fun for me, and that's why like my energy and the performance and the character in this episode is so energetic, so happy. But he's just so happy and enjoying it so much that he's getting punished for it in the episode later on. But he does it again later in the series, and I'm glad for that. Oh, there it is. Less than a day, a couple hours. But I love that. No, bad baby. It was just something ridiculous. And this was also an advantage that I don't have to do any mouth animations because what's the point of properly animating mouths when everything's backwards? I think I put some, but still. I was really ew. It is fun to watch this backwards and forwards. Good, one of my favorite episodes too. Later, I gotta check which one of my favorites in order. Hearing the intro with that, it's hilarious. Oh, did I really? Did I really? Oh my god, wait, hold on. Hold on. Oh no. I thought I played the episode in forwards, but no. This is actually episode 134. And I like this episode too. This is not as good as the first two, especially the second one, but this is another one of, you guessed it, tired Sergio. I want him to be back and even more tired than ever. So tired that I wanted a completely different drawing of him. So I drew him like not only super tired, but also a slob. And in this case, his story is he has problems sleeping. And he got tired, and he's tired because he couldn't sleep. He physically couldn't sleep. He doesn't know why. We all have that moment where we want to sleep, but we struggle to sleep, and it took us the night. Took our whole night to not sleep properly. And we just feel horrible. Why can't we not sleep at times when we want to sleep and we need to sleep? So this is one of those cases where he got tired because he physically couldn't sleep. And that happens to me sometimes. I'm like, I'm tired, but I can't sleep. Why? I love the front view. I think I had to also rearrange the couch too. I also love the design of the couches. What season was it that I changed the couch? Because I did change those couches. I should have said this early on, but one of the changes to the series was I changed the couches. Was it season 11, 12? I knew for sure it was post 100 for sure. So maybe 12, 13. But I like these designs of the couches. Yeah, 11, 12, or 13. But it's a nice moment to bring up the couches. I love the design of the couches. I just want them to be more animation themed and more cartoony. So those are the designs. And I love how they look. They look super cute. Really, really cute little pieces of furniture. But yeah, this is a decent third installment of the Tire Sergio episode trilogy. And I'm glad AARX can help. Because I also want this episode quickly done, so the animation's simple. But then this one character comes up, which I think it was a creative risk for me to do, but I really wanted a moment. This is my indulgence right here. I don't know if I regret it, but I feel just haven't done anything like that before. This upcoming thing. Oh god, I think if it was executed better, it would have been a great scene. This is my drawing. Yes, you are. Damn son. Yeah, I can't afford anything. So that was me doing a feminine voice and then altering the pitch and sound since she's so whimsical. She is so whimsical, and she is based on someone. I'm not saying who, but that was the idea. Like Sergio gets some assistance with some sleep. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't know. I don't regret it. It should have been just executed better. Maybe a proper voice actress. And also, when I had to rig the character because this is the kind of character I had to rig all, like from scratch. When I made roughs of the drawing, a couple of tests, and I had to rig the drawing properly and make it work. But I had to do it quick. I didn't have that much time. I wanted to do it within a week. So that's why like her hands are covered because I didn't want to do any mouth animations, not mouth animations, but hand animations. Excuse me. And yeah, I made this like too creepy though. I apologize. Yeah, it is unsettling, but he's tired. That's excuse. Yeah, excuse. But it's supposed to be a ridiculous out of nowhere episode. I do love the drunk. He was like, yes, I finally go to sleep. That was good. The little hand drawn face animation. Oh, this was cute, but it was also creepy and unsettling. But it need to be that. I always wanted to. I don't. This episode wasn't actually received properly. I think I flew too close to the sun with what I can get with Tired Sergio. I think I did peak with the second one, but I love the third one. Well, love it. Well, love is strong, but like it. I like it. It was okay. It was a good episode. But the first two were better. And honestly, this is when I was like, you know what? No more Tired Sergio episodes. But as for the character and as for me being Tired Sergio, that could come back anytime, actually. It won't get its own episode. It won't be like, it's another episode. And guess what? I'm tired. Let's deal with it. No, it should be part of the narrative later. Or there should be like a regular episode, then all of a sudden Sergio's tired. But at this point, no more Tired Sergio episodes. But as for the character and this type of character and him getting tired, honestly, it could happen again. We always get tired. And there could be a moment where Sergio can get tired again. So, that's it for the Tired Sergio episodes. And maybe the character can come back. But that was wonderfully ridiculous. I haven't done a move like that of getting a beautiful goddess woman. But I'm glad I made that happen. If you're upset with it, I apologize.
Sergio Studios.
All right. Grandma! This episode had Grandma. But here's the thing. Because after the last time... Hold on. So this one actually a weak episode also, honestly. Because this had to serve a purpose too with the narrative. Because when the character Sergio's grandma was introduced, I made her action-packed, I made her kick ass, awesome, all that stuff. But Sergio never knew about it. But when the last time Sergio saw his grandma, it was in the Christmas episode where he kind of saw a hint of that. Because why else would Santa shoot her out of a cannon to stop evil villains from a sleigh on Christmas Eve? That made him concerned, that made him worried. He doesn't fully realize this. He doesn't really understand this. Later in the season, and later in the season he will. And he realizes it, he comes to terms, but I'm getting ahead of myself. But this episode had to exist just to really settle it in and really, to just settle things in. And see what's the chemistry between the two characters. What do each of these characters stand at this point? Even though ultimately it doesn't matter because he finds out like almost at the end of the season, and he's okay with it. But I like this, and there was some jokes I tried to put in. It's improvised, this episode too. Yeah, this is an improvised episode again. Oh my gosh, me improvising again. What is wrong with me? Nothing's wrong with me.
Granted, I
Or is
haven't
there?
seen it yet.
Oh,
but
well.
I have this montage of me taking
Just
care of
joking.
you and hanging out with you. Here it is.
I like the montage right here.
Here comes the grandma train.
Old lady mush. Me trying to add jokes during production, which I found out I can do. Or the benefits of doing that with the Evil Vending Machine episode, the first one. This is a good joke.
How you doing? How's your pacing? Good.
Me adding run sound effects.
Relax, but at least you're doing good.
I love this joke. I brought back the old lady.
Ladies, let's get through this. One of you speak one at a time.
I just reused the chicken animation and joke because I love that.
And some other random thing in the montage that I'm also taking care of my grandma. Yay!
Oh, that's cute. That was cute.
Now,
Oh, the love of a grandson and grandma. Come on, you
I
guys.
know you've been trying to, move on with your life, and you've been doing great since then. But what I've witnessed, since our
Yeah, but there's not much to talk about this episode. I try to add jokes with a concept like this. Again, like the desk episode. So yeah, week episode 2. I didn't expect season 14 to have some meh episodes like this much.
If you want to tell me, you can tell me. But if you don't,
But it could happen. It happens.
it's your own business.
But it isn't really bad as yeah, the 4th time you saw the shot. A lot of recycled shots and recycled moments because I knew the season had a lot to it, which did.
Something else going on.
Later on, there's a lot of stuff.
Shake your head once for yes, shake your head for no, and I'll be just okay with that. Okay, good. We finally got somewhere a little bit to what I want, and that is you do have something else going on in your life, and I respect that. I'm gonna leave that alone. It's very concerning of whatever you do at your age, especially without the supervision of your family, because we love you, Grandma. We want to take good care of you, sweetie. You're so little.
I know, so little. I think that was a word I tried to say comically, so I just put that in.
Exactly you're doing, you can tell me when you're ready.
But I'm glad he's understanding, though. I don't know if anyone's out there that respectful and sweet and understanding to their grandmas like that. You have a special secret, and they're not ready to say it. And that's it, week episode, but it's still cute between these characters. She doesn't speak at all, but they have cute little chemistry together.
It's not like my grandma secretly does action-packed things while my back is turned or anything, but at least she's so far being safe and a recurring character on the show. Anyway, thank you, Grandma, and thank you for watching this episode of The Sergio Show.
Well, I do want to bring up something within the series, animation-wise, and that's the mouth animation, the black circle mouth shape. Originally, it started off as a mouth animation that was like a circle, but then a curve in the front. That was that kind of or ooh sound for a while. I know I sound ridiculous right now, but I ended up just changing it to a black circle. There was a time where that mouth position was differently designed, but I just stuck with the simple black circle. Just a fun fact to get through this part.
Sergio Studios.
Okay, next episode. Now this one's a good one. This one's a good episode. I like this one. I use that same technique from the season premiere, 131 to 136, 5 episodes later, because I liked how it came out. Oh, I love that shot. Good shot. I remember. Because of what happened last time, they need some guards. The guards' designs are based on somebody, like a cartoon. But I like the designs of the guards. The guards couldn't have much movement, but they didn't need to. They didn't need much movement. They're guards. But yeah. One character dies, and he's just mad at this point. He just wanted to either be destroyed or interrogated. And they just hate each other. They're like, ugh. But there's build up. That's just a smooth technique on the characters. I think I drew that, scanned it in. Yeah, that was drawn and scanned it. But I like how it came out, how they're vibrating because of the electricity. I like how there's built up. I like the shot coming up. Oh, that was good. The boom. It's there's a real threat coming. I wonder who it is. Do you really wonder? Ooh, big one. Yeah, music okay. He does his own superhero landing. I think that was reused. But I love how it was like that. And I like he thinks he's like regular Sergio because how he looks. Because he only wants to kill the evil vending machine only wants to kill Sergio, so he thinks he's Sergio. But he does realize later on really quickly that it's not the kind of Sergio he's looking for. This is the kind of Sergio you want to make friends with. At least for him. This vending machine. And Evil Sergio knows about Evil Vending Machine because of the computer from the season premiere. Because that's something I had to find a way to figure out and show the audience visually. I hope. I like that shot. Very crude, but I think it worked. A nice little gag because there wasn't enough jokes in here. So at least a gag or two. But I remember this episode actually took long, like a month, because of me personally. I was sick. Season 14 was actually a pretty tough season for me to work on behind the scenes. I think I know why some of the episodes are weak. Because I was dealing with a lot of personal things. This was the time where I decided to re-edit the first 100 episodes of the show so they can be at least watchable again. And while I was doing that, I had to go to the doctor a couple of times. I wasn't feeling so good. I'm good now. Everything's under control. Yeah, a lot of unfortunate things happened to me all throughout 2017. It was a real pain. So I understand why a lot of these episodes are actually weak, because I was going through some things personally while making it, and episode 136 was like the midpoint. There was one part of production that I was happy but sick, but then later on I was feeling better and recovering, and between that was a lot of doctor's appointments. A couple of doctor's appointments, but yeah, it was an unfortunate time during production of this episode, but I ended up finishing it and kept going. It was unfortunate. Oh, I love that joke when he said, "I'm asking you to join me." I want at least one recording, because I try to tell visually through the character's poses, but the vending machine doesn't know. And I do like the idea that Evil Vending Machine is friends with Evil Sergio. He's teamed up with Evil Sergio. And I thought that was great. That's a great idea. I know, he's big. He ends up getting smaller later on, and there's a pothole with that I actually don't care about fixing. And that's honestly, me not fixing it is fixed with Evil Sergio not caring. So that worked. So yeah, actually good episode. Very good episode. It's something I learned from 131. And I want to do more episodes like that, where it's just the visuals and animation speak for themselves. Which is obvious. Animation is a visual medium. Why not use less dialogue and more character movements and personality and actions? So, sounds about right.
Sergio Studios. It's the Sergio Show Halloween Special 3.
Third Halloween special. This one was okay. This episode was okay. Because I was making, Halloween specials, of course, and spooky things, but I never got to do a Halloween story yet. So I decided for this episode to be him, Sergio, me, to be in a Halloween store. But I still had to design a lot, but not too much because I was under a time crunch. And I made this episode in July last year. And I had to quickly think of gags while not being in the Halloween mood, So I tried my best with this episode, but I think it was funny. A couple people liked it. And this was me trying to do camera movement. Because it still had to be done quickly. But I had to draw, all those were drawn on pencil with marker, scanned in. Yeah, all these were. I remember I was like drawing these with pencil and pen, scanned in and coloring them digitally. Yep. Because I think it was quicker at the time. Sometimes it was a quicker process. And there's going to be one episode where I use that method immensely. Immediately, incredibly. Excuse me, I'm a little out of it. But I'm on the home stretch with this, Yeah, that's just static drawings of me with the zoom in, because Yeah, I thought it's better that way than just putting it on the puppet rig. I think, yeah, epic animation suit costume and me myself costume. That's meta. That was cute.
Let's continue the show with a.
But again, something supernatural comes in Sergio's face. Not Sergio's face, I mean my way. You know, some plastic teeth. It actually came out pretty good. It's a pretty good episode, simplistically. See? Dude, I did like that. I drew that, and yeah, of course. But I like that the shirt is a costume. I know, I wanted to create a costume monster, and I wanted to be done in a very ridiculous, unconventional way. So I thought, well, let the, what is it, shirt holes or pants holes? I think it was shirt holes.
Oh, I'm so sorry, you guys. I thought with how different this
Yeah, I'm breaking the fourth wall on this one because, yeah, of course it's ridiculous. And kind of obvious to something else. Yep, shirt holes with, I like the mask holes were the eyes, while the shirt is the stalks. And I love his mouth is a like folded puppeted mask. I feel like we've done that. We've gotten like a thin mask of a president or something, and we just like folded because it was just so thin, and turned it into like a puppet mouth. I know what are the odds, but I thought that was a creative way to make him talk, and not really rely on good accurate mouth animation lip sync because I want it to be simple. It needed to be simple. So it was like, meh, 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 meh. The mask of the mouth face is based on someone. I'm not saying, but you probably know the mouth that kept folding as a mouth. But I'm not saying who, but it's based on someone. So there. So there. I like the mask eyes, the holes of the mask. The eye holes. That's cute. I was just like ill put together. There's a big pile. Here he comes, and he saves the day. Oh yeah, that was quickly done. Yeah. Oh, that was a good shot. The way he just get blasted. Actually, nice episode. Nice episode. Not the best, like spooky Halloween episodes, but a nice episode. Yeah. I really was going through some stuff at the time.
I'm just chilling here in the costume store. So what have you been up to? I've been doing some things in places, mostly in that fiery place.
I'm more excited on the upcoming episode because the next episode that's coming up is one of my favorites again. Now this is a good one. At least for me personally, is a good one.
You don't owe me, but I don't want you to die or be part of an evil takeover or something. So you're welcome, I guess. Well, thank you. Well, bye, and of course, you know what I'm gonna say. Happy Halloween. Oh, thanks. You too. Huh. Well,
Yeah. Now it's just like explaining in jokes.
Better just buy some candy and.
I know everything. The background looks a little incomplete. Like what's holding the costumes? But it had to be done quick. It was like, oh, I want to add details, but I gotta do this quick. It was unfortunately frustrating for me, and I'm still going through some things.
I'm Sergio Dominguez saying, have a spooky animated Halloween day. Woo!
Yeah, just add a random animation of him going off screen weirdly. So decent episode. That one's like good on simplicity.
Sergio Studios.
Oh, I love this episode so much. One of my favorites.
Hello, everyone. How's it going? This is me, Juan Perez. You might remember me as the executive producer of the Sergio Show.
All right, where do I begin with this episode? All right, so yeah, I knew this was gonna happen. If they kept the show long enough, it would reach the magical number episode of 138. For many fans of a certain animated show, they've had an episode like that, and it was actually spectacular. So, first things first. Yeah, that episode was going to happen, and I wanted to be a little cute celebratory parody joke of it, but this is what came out, and I love it for its simplicity too, because I also had to make it a simple episode. So, with that in mind, I wanted to be Juan definitely to host the show and have him take over the show. At least like this. Because for a long time, oddly enough, I wanted Juan to host a celebratory episode. Like, when the 100th episode of the show was going to come out, I originally wanted to make like a little like video special with Juan hosting and him looking back on the show instead of me, because it'd be too obvious, and Juan's executive producer of the show. So I thought about that. I always wanted Juan to host like a special episode of him tributing my show for a long time. I never got a good opportunity until this episode, 138. And I did talk a little bit of the history of the show in this one. Juan does. I wrote it. I wrote this episode. But I still had to make it quick and simple, so that's why there's a lot of like static drawings and images. This episode actually took 4 days. It's one of the fastest episodes of the show. Yep, this is one of the fastest episodes of the show ever.
Now let's get to the lazy part of this special.
Because I was very excited to make this, excuse me. Yeah. Because it is simple, just him talking about the show. But it was also a joke episode because I couldn't make it too much of a tribute to the show. Because in like 12 episodes, I'm going to reach episode 150 for sure. So this couldn't be like full-fledged. I was saving that energy for 150. But I still wanted to be fun, and I wanted to be fun for Juan to record. The one part I was worried was if Juan was gonna send me the recordings, because it's been long since he sent me recordings last time for the show, and I did worry for a while. And I told him, please send me the recordings. Come on. And it was a big episode too. This is like the biggest episode of recordings Juan had to do. Because it's like him hosting and taking over the whole show, and him joking. I think I let him improvise. I don't remember. But he did talk about it, and he did a good job performing. The big issue that's obviously to hear is the audio quality, because I think he records on a good enough desktop computer microphone. So it was up to me when I got the recordings to edit the audio and make it sound crisp, a little bit better than just like off of a computer. That's what I tried really hard with. Trying to not make it sound tough, but yeah, it came out like that. Did the best I could with that.
Oh, I remember the magical meeting that led to that job of a lifetime.
I like the flashback because I just reused that clip I reused and just redubbed the new recordings and made it look like it was a long time ago. I thought it was a clip. And I like that there's a question answered about Juan. This is one of my favorite episodes because of just Juan. The thing when I rewatched the show, the series, one of the things I've noticed is how great of an actor Juan is when it comes to him playing himself and the ideas that he had for the show. Very few ideas, some of them never made it, but the ones that make it are cute. Well, cute, good enough, are fun, and I love Juan's performance. There's sometimes he misses the point. Oh, that's me, live action me. A quick thing, I just did it over my phone and real quick, and it's a reference to a certain episode.
Thank you for loving the Sergio.
I do love the fan art. I love it very much. I was staying on my bed doing this with my phone real quick.
That was just beautiful.
Love that. I love that shot.
Now, let's end this special talking about the future. What's next for the Sergio?
I don't know either, Juan. What can you tell me? But ultimately, Juan's a good actor playing himself. I wanna give him more in the future if he's up for it, which I know he is. So is Neil. I'm very thankful they still send me recordings.
He'll just have a big ass mental breakdown.
Sounds possible right here.
End the series that way.
I almost did. Look. As much as I had fun making this episode, it was a tough time for me. But this was a happy moment. While going through this season, I was like, this makes me happy.
Show will keep going for a while longer.
Juan did a great job. Juan did a fantastic job. It's one of my favorite episodes just on Juan alone. And I always wanted him to host like a special episode like this.
I hope you enjoyed it.
Excuse me.
Anyway, I'm Juan Perez.
I do make a small appearance again. It's like too little recording. But yeah, 4 days because I really wanted to make this episode quick. Because I was down the home stretch on this one, so pretty soon.
Okay, have an animated day.
Okay, that was a little bit weird, but thank you very much, Juan, for hosting this special.
Thank you, Juan. Again, of course.
You're welcome, Serge. You're welcome. Now, about that gift card you promised.
I didn't promise him no gosh darn gift card. Don't know where you got that from, but I like the improv. So, great episode. I love this episode. I think it's like one of the best episodes of season 14 and one of the best in the series for me personally. And I gave Juan top credit. I love that. I finally gave somebody else top billing. I'm honestly proud of this episode. Simple, but Juan, great sport. Great episode. Love it, love it, love it.
Sergio Studios.
Alright, another Christmas special. Not as good as the third one, but I did put a lot into the third one. But I wanted more out of, Santa Claus and the villains and the idea of it. But I also needed to be in a different way, too, in a different take. So, I did this. And honestly, good enough. I love that. Yeah, this was supposed to sound like a loud, chaotic war zone, but it sounds a little bit off. But this is all like Christmas-themed warfare, so it sounds a little bit weak.
Grandma, what's going on here? No time to explain. I'll explain it real quick.
Yep.
Look, the evil villains escaped from the
And this was a big momentous episode just because finally, like, Grandma's identity is revealed as this kick-ass person. And Sergio's come to terms with it and is okay with it and actually helps him. So, actually came out pretty well. Came out well, but I like the third one better. That was a reuse animation of the reindeer. Because I still was like under like making this real quick.
How it's going to be more effective than going around the world. Oh, no.
That was a new redesign of Santa, but just the eyes.
This tunnel, I hope it doesn't sting again. It stings again. Why do we need this again? It helped the last time, but they used their evil magic to escape from that. Now we need more powerful ones. And also, thanks to the elves, we built weapons. We're going to use them as weaponry.
The guns, I think, and the certain areas, yep, drawn with pen, ink, scanned in. You can see like how like wonky and uneven the outlines are, but I like it. And it's funny to see like uneven, like colored in or like scribbly outlines on flat outlines. Oh, that's a good zoom in. Santa Claus up in your face. And I don't have time to really do an elaborate action scene, so it was like that kind of montage that I did the previous Christmas special of zoom ins and poses. Yeah, but very little action-packed. And it's funny because you don't really know these villains. Can they really fight except the reindeer? The reindeer can, be brutal, but everybody else is like old or like tiny or weird looking. But that's the best I could have. That's the best I did with that. And look, you see, they got nothing with them. I think that was my biggest mistake with the episode. It's like, what's the point? But I had this other idea for Christmas special I didn't want to let go, and I didn't want to push for another year. That's a funny shot. That's a cute one too. I know, I had to fix that plot hole with the visual right there. And yes, it broke again. Yeah, even I'm exhausted of this. And I'm just fine while being like that. Yeah, what is that sound in the back? The boink boink? I think that was part of making it, I guess. Oh, the music. I really tried to improve on the music making skills on this one. He just fall. Oh, I didn't know he's on his head. Ah, nice one. Yep, I'm trying to say I ran out of weapons. This is me trying to, like, through visuals, realize what I can do. And he's trying to, like, fill the machine with Christmas spirit. Yeah, I love that shot. He's like, what? We're trying to eat him, but yeah, he was trying to overwhelm everything with the spirit of Christmas and cause everything to be destroyed. Yeah, just to overwhelm the thing and everything with the spirit of Christmas. Hopefully you got that. Oh, I love also the drawing of Santa's workshop. That's cute. Like, it's tiny, but supposed to be big, I think, when you go somewhere inside it. I gotta fix that air conditioning sound effect. I think I do later on. I don't know.
You use your love of Christmas to bring all these evil villains into a coma. God. Huh?
Yeah, that fixed itself. And yep, you see, he comes to terms to it.
So this is your secret the whole time? You could kick ass?
I like that line read.
I'm okay with it, but I just want you to be careful as much as you can. No, I'm always going to love you no matter what. No matter what you do. In this case, not that too much to handle, but, you know, just want you to be careful. Thank you for finally letting me know. Love you like always. Well, the evil plan is finally destroyed, and everything's good, and that kind's broken. These elves are in pain, but, we're gonna make it in time for Christmas.
Yeah, the audio, you can hear air conditioning in this one.
I'm glad.
But later on I fix it, but yeah, you can.
Christmas special of this?
I don't know.
No idea.
I don't have no idea either. Instead, I did something else for Christmas of 2018, but it's fair. Maybe I'll think of one more idea. We'll see on a fifth one. Because I felt like maybe a fifth one could work. Maybe a fifth one will do the trick, but we'll see. Of course.
It's time to take you back to have a happy holidays. And Merry Christmas.
Santa with his magic teleportation dust.
What an action-packed day. My goodness.
On purpose, I mispronounced goodness.
Another holiday special of the Sergio Show. Well, have a happy holidays. And I'm Sergio Dominguez saying have an animated day.
Good episode, actually. Pretty good episode. It's just not much to talk about, and it isn't as good as the third one. I put so much energy in the third one, and I'm still going through some things with this season. So, God, season 14 sounds unfortunately weak. The best one is 138 for me personally. So, we're almost done. Just one more. The season finale, one more season. It'll be interesting. Well, the last season, obviously, I did recently, so it'll be easier to look back. Alright. The season finale of season 14, episode 140. Now, this had to be another story arc episode because, like, what happened to the box? What has been Evil Sergio doing? And you find out. He decides to just go ahead and send it. Why not? He thought about it as carefully as he could. But it had to be stolen by Sergio, and without him knowing, or that moment.
Sending it to a museum was a
Because if he figure out that evil Sergio wanted that box, he'll do everything to protect it. Another fight scene, and honestly, I don't want that to be part of the story. I want him to actually just get it and start his evil plan, and then have Sergio stop him in a very more epic way instead of just protecting that and preventing it. So I had to find a way to make him get closer to his plan, because I like how this. One of the best things about this season is that evil Sergio is back with a much fuller plan, or he's just mostly back with a vengeance. Yeah, look at him. I love that gag. Yes, the driver has one eye, because when I designed it, I had to design everything quick, and I only drew the driver with one side with his eye looking forward. You think he has another eye on the other side? And I was like, no, son. Oh, and I improvised this joke. I love this one because when I was animating, I realized, yeah, all these no one's there, but buildings are, and these two should be talking. So I thought I had this idea. Yeah, some building should look at this and talk about it. So I quickly improvised the line during animation, recorded it, and put it in real quick. So it's all improvised between these two buildings, just to bring up that plot hole of like, will these buildings do anything? Do they know about this? And it adds a little bit more time, just a teeny bit.
Oh, this box is gonna have some great things. What's on this paper?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, this works. It's just a purpose-filled episode. That's gonna just push the story a little bit more. I think I made a mistake. I found out I made a mistake because later on, when you come back to him, he opens the crate again. And I was like, oh, he opens it twice. And the second time, he looks like he's seeing it for the first time. But I don't know if anyone notices it. Maybe you can make the argument he just reclosed it and opened it again. I think I made a little bit of a mistake when I end up trying to edit the whole story arc together later on. So that's what ended up unfortunately happening. But yeah, it's okay. It was not that big of a deal, and I don't think anyone cares. And it's not like written or pointed out. And it ended up being reclosed, so it actually works. Because I thought I created a plot hole within the story. That was the thing with the Evil Sergio story arc in season 11 was all thought out. But with Evil Sergio after that, from season 12 onward, I was making it up piece by piece as I was going along. And I didn't want to make any continuity error or plot holes with the character. I had to be sure he was following the story properly, and there wasn't no plot hole or mix. I had to be so careful as I was making it up day by day, day by animated day, season by animated season, episode by animated episode. And this one, decent episode. It's just again to serve the plot of the arc of the episode of the series. You got it. You got it because I got it. And now Sergio's realizing all this. He's going to need some help. He's going to have to figure out some things. And we'll figure or find out all about it really soon in the next season, which I can't wait. Season 15 is good. Season 14, unfortunately weak. Again, 3 episodes, but they're not bad. They're not bad as that other era of the Sergio show. But we'll get to the eras of the show soon. Yeah, unfortunately weak, personal things in the way. But I got through, I pulled through, and when I did season 15, I was so happy just to feel better, start fresh, and be awesome again. And in a very good time because next season is a very celebratory season, the 10th anniversary of the show. I can't believe it. And it's been crazy, it's been insane. But season 14 a week, full of hope though, some good moments, but still fun, even with the stress. Thank you for listening to this audio commentary of Season 14 of The Sergio Show. I'm Sergio Dominguez, saying, have an animated day.